Okay. No, stop. Okay. Hi everybody. I've been meaning to post a video for a while now. I'm going live for a little while while I can on my computer. So I have not been really active on my YouTube channel, and I do apologize for that. Part of it was for a while I didn't have a good phone, and then sometimes I don't always get people to record me when I'm on stage. So there you go. And that was one of the bigger things for me that happened. But now I have a better phone. I'm using my computer now, which my computer is still messed up, but I can still record a live and talk on the computer. And this is my new puppy. Her name is Mita Bell. And yes, I named her after the girl from Encanto. Stop. She's being silly. I just took her out, and she's just being a butt, putting it nicely. She's hyper right now. She's 8 months old. She's still a puppy, so she's like wants my attention 24/7. No, stop. So, so people are probably wondering what happened. Like, why is my name different on Facebook? And which, if you're friends with me on Facebook and you've been following me the last year or so, about the end of July, a year ago. Stop it. I came out as trans, and it came to a shock to a lot of people that I'm trans, a trans guy, and there were a lot of questions asked to me, like, when did you know? Why? There are people who thought I wasn't trans enough because I did girl stuff, or did drag, and as a firm believer that all drag is valid. Stop it. Oh, sorry, my dog was being silly. They're trying to bite my arm. So I decided I was going. Stop it. No, stop. Maybell, stop it. Sorry, she keeps on trying to jump on me. She can't have my attention 24/7. That's not going to happen. She's just a puppy, though. Silly girl. Well, anyway, going back on my topic, I decided I was going to come out to people. And for a good 2 or 3 weeks once I realized and accepted it, I didn't really want to tell anybody, because I just felt like if I came out as trans, people would question it. People would say, you're not trans enough. You still have your chest. You still have this. You do this and that. And it became, because I don't know, it was probably a combination of internalized, thoughts, and from being around people that think that way, and also people that I know that aren't always, don't always believe it because they're just the way they are. So going on that, I kept going, and then a few weeks, one night after I came back from the bar, I was actually sober that night, so it wasn't because I was drunk or anything like that. I decided I was going to come out. At that point, I had told 4 people. I told my mom, 5 people, my stepdad, Mark, my best friend, TJ, my drag sister, Jackie, and one of my other friends, Levi, which is also my ex, but we don't talk about that. We're friends now. The things that happened in the past are water under the bridge, and let it go, like Elsa says. So most people that were close with me kind of already knew that I was, which, as cliche as that sounds to people, yes, maybe people always knew but didn't realize, or they didn't see it. But at the end of the day, it's my life, and I wouldn't call it a choice, but it's my life, and I shouldn't have to explain that to people over and over again. And a lot of people ask me, before I came out as trans, I did join in our court. I was still part of the court. I was originally part of the girl line, and that because I perform as a girl most of the time, I decided to join the X line, which is the non-binary line. So we have a female line, a male line, and we have a non-binary line, also called the X line. So your title is like Dutch X, Count X, Prince X. And if we were to ever have monarchs that in our court allowed that, they'd be empresses, which is, a gender neutral term. I like the option of being able to do both because I can do both. I do favor doing female more on stage, but so when I came out, a lot of people asked me, "Are you still gonna do drag? Are you still gonna perform? Are you gonna, are you giving up drag?" And I said no, because I've been doing drag for 10 years. Stop. Almost 11 in February. So stop it. Annabelle's just trying to nip at me. I've been doing drag for 10, 11 years, and it has been an up and down battle. And I truthfully think that people need to realize that I have left so many things left under the rug that I can't even fathom. And one of the things I decided to do, there were a lot of fears I had, a lot of anxieties I had, and it's still going to be a process. I'm not going to transition overnight. If people, when they first saw me, they're like, "You don't look trans." I'm like, trans doesn't have a look. It's just because I don't pass yet doesn't mean that I'm not going to in the future. Who's to say that I'm not going to get top surgery? Like, that's $8,000. Are y'all going to give me? Is this person going to give me $8,000 for that? No one's going to give me that. Everything I've ever had, I've had to work for because that's how I do things. But I kept going, and I came out and I chose my name, Jared. And yes, I named myself after a Dear Evan Hansen character. So don't judge me on that. But I mean, there are weirder names out there, and Jared, even they're all Dear Evan Hansen character names. I like that show. I relate to it a lot, and I relate to all three of those boys in different ways. So I took that for what it was, and I still went on stage and performed, and a lot of things changed. People ask me, why do you do drag, or if you want to transition? Because there are cis men that do drag. I'm not going to say gay because there are straight men that do drag, but there's feminine cis guys. But it shouldn't be like I shouldn't have to be super masculine or I should have to give up drag because I'm trans. I'm a trans man that does drag. Just like a cis male does drag. I don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong. And at the end of the day, I still love to perform. That hasn't changed. And I did tell my dad that I was trans. It took me, I didn't tell him right away. I told him, stop it. 3 or 4 months after I came out, and he was one of the last people I told. The reason why I told him was because my sister was getting married. I did not want any drama at her wedding. It wasn't about me at her wedding. I wanted, like I said, originally I was going to wear a wig and wear a dress, and my dad wouldn't know. And I decided to present as a male at the wedding. I wore a nice burgundy vest with a black, which she asked me to wear burgundy. I ordered a burgundy vest, a black button-down shirt, black pants, and dress shoes. I looked nice. I looked presentable. My hair was slicked back. And yes, I did cut my hair. This is my real hair. But I did all those. I cut my hair. I came out. I did all those things. And next, it was going to be, medically transitioning too. Which I was able to start my medical transition at the Corpus Christi Wellness Foundation, Coastal Urban Wellness Foundation, and They do a lot of great things. They're actually one of the charities that we help for the court. So the fact that I was able to, you know, I think that's probably why I still, stay in the court, because I'm helping other people, and even not just me, but other people who are trans that need those services. I know that this year, I believe our charities are the Rainbow Room, and I think it's the Pride Center, I think still, but which is part of the Coastal Spin Wellness. I am happy that people are coming around to it. Like my pronouns are he, him, out of drag, or he, they, out of drag, and in drag, it's you can use girl pronouns. You know, in drag, I'm still Shannon Paris. When I present male, obviously, out of drag, or if I'm dressed as Jared, dressed in a nice jacket and presenting male, then of course you can call me Jared. I don't know what's gonna happen next for me. As of right now, I'm on testosterone. I'm about 7 months, give or take, on it, and I'm getting close to 7 months. And I started T in December, and that has been a process too. I had to conquer a fear of mine, which, in order to start that transition, I had to learn to get my blood drawn. And I I have really bad needle anxiety, and that's why I was hesitant about doing that. And when I did it, it wasn't as bad as I thought. And yeah, I'm still iffy with it, but